All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So I don't know necessarily what I want to call this podcast, but what I do want to address is I see a lot of parents that want the best for their children. They want them to be healthy, they want them to eat right, they want them to be active, and a lot of parents actually dedicate their lives to this. That could be, fathers and mothers. I was one of these guys as well. One of my daughters had a liver transplant, and I wanted her to be as athletic as possible. A lot of other people thought I was crazy, but I wanted her to build her immune system. I never wanted to treat her any different than any other kid, and I wanted her to play sports or be active physically. I even had her play football, flag football. People thought I was crazy. One year she played 4 sports. She liked soccer. And again, I let her pick the sports, but she liked lacrosse. She played flag football. She even was in basketball a little bit. She ran, and we lived in Orlando, Florida. She swam a lot, but just, for fun. We spent a lot of time at Wet n Wild, Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, but in pools in general. Just constantly being active and a lot of walking because we were members to all the theme parks. And, I realized a lot of times being around a lot of different parents in sports that their kids were getting in great shape, or they were helping their kids be in great shape, and slowly but surely they were falling out of shape more and more every year I saw them. My girlfriend actually called them, what did she call them, parents? Arm resting parents, or, I can't remember the name. Damn it. But anyways, the parents that are always on the sideline parents to a certain degree, they're always on the sidelines. They could be in a bleacher. They could be sitting in one of their chairs, whatever the case may be, just sitting there and watching their kids. They take them to all the practices. They pick them up, drop them off, go to all the games. They're wonderful. They're great parents. But they neglect themselves in the process for some reason. And they also get so caught up with their kids' lives, they kind of forget about their own. And I can see this happening. And, I have close friends that have a lot of, I should say, sons and daughters that are high-level athletes, at least in high school and college, even some having scholarships, a bunch. And, I think they realize this lately, and we've been having these discussions where they did get so consumed in their kids' lives, their kids' health and wellness, that they kind of lost track of their own lives, not only with fitness, but just in general. Husbands and wives, or if you're divorced, just one or the other. And I'm here to tell you, listen, you got to pay, I believe, as much attention to your health as your children's, right? And I also see a lot of parents, I should say too, I should say this. When I was in California for like 6 years, it was a huge eye-opener. I'm not going to sit here and say like California's perfect, but I was in Carlsbad, which is near the San Diego area. A lot of them parents, because I have my cousin, I lived with him, and he has 2 children. They were pretty incredible, their lifestyle, I will say, from top to bottom. Most of them, not everybody. But one of the healthiest places I've ever been in my life is Southern California. When it comes to just fitness in general, and even the food, just a lot of things they do is just really fitness orientated. And I think there were also, a lot of them were born there, or raised there, or even moved there. A lot, as you know, would like to surf, but they do CrossFit, they do yoga, they work out even with their kids. It just feels so different. Now, I'm from Chicago, which it's not necessarily geared that way, all right? You have a lot of kids that played a lot of sports, but the parents aren't playing a lot of sports alongside them, not necessarily eating as well as they should be. And I'm not here to dig on Chicago, but I'll tell you, I'm in Florida as well. So I moved to Florida at 18 and again, this was a very interesting place, Florida, because you had a mixture of kind of both. You had some parents, because it's outdoors again, that love boating, surfing, water skiing, all different types of things regarding athletic things. And then on the other side, you had a lot of family, parents as well, not eating very well, eating a lot of chicken wings or drinking a lot of beer. I think, just living a very unhealthy lifestyle, not that their kids are. So I saw that mixture as well. And, I am definitely not going to sit here and tell you to change your eating habits or your entire lifestyle. But I will say, just please pay attention to your own health. The healthier you get and your children are, I really believe in the long term, just you're going to have a much more fulfilling lifestyle as you get older. Because I've seen a lot of people in, say, their 60s, 70s, and 80s who really neglected their health. And, and when they're around their kids, let's say that are now, they could be whatever age, 30, 40, 50, say they're 20 years older, they can't keep up with them. And a lot of times you didn't have to be in that position. You don't have to get to the point where you're becoming obese. You don't have to get to the point where you're constantly winded or you're exhausted. Take the time out a little bit, just like you did for your kids, for yourself, to take care of yourself. No one's going to take care of you but you. You're the parent too. So, and I would also recommend, maybe if you have parents yourself or grandparents, trying to help them with some, getting them in a little better shape. I don't care if it's mall walking. I don't care if it's water aerobics. Whatever it is, do something. And I am going to wrap it up with this, because I was just talking to my cousin about this, where she works out in the morning. She has 3 children, and she goes to Lifetime Fitness in Chicago or in the Midwest. And they have a great daycare center. So I just thought I would throw this in. A lot of times I get, depending on what age your kids are, it could be whatever age too, you just don't have time to work out, especially, when they're younger. But, if you go to a place like Lifetime Fitness, they have a great daycare center, or just finding places where you can go, like maybe your kids can go do something, right? You take the time then, instead of just going and waiting for them, let's say in a bar or a restaurant, or just sitting all the time on the sidelines. And I'm not telling you not to watch your kids. But a lot of times what I used to do too, if my daughter, if she had certain things to do, like say for an hour and a half, 2 hours, I had to drop her off, I'd run to the gym myself, or I would do something, even if it was walking while she was there. I would even do some type of workouts while she was working out, if it was at a certain facility. So this is just something that I did, and I just thought I would bring people's attention to it. But don't neglect your health, man. Don't neglect it for anyone. All right? All right, I am going to wrap it up there. But if you want, check out my YouTube channel if you're thinking about working out in different places, because I think a lot of people actually are either intimidated to go work out, or I should say too, intimidated to go play or go do something athletic, because they may feel really out of shape. They haven't worked out for a long period of time. I've even seen that with guys, say, who played softball or baseball when they were younger, and they're afraid to join a softball team, or it could be even basketball. It could be even, I don't know if it's racquetball, tennis, whatever. Just go do it. Don't get caught up with you have to be great. You're usually going to end up matching up with people that are very close to you. And if they're way more superior than you, find other clubs or groups that are kind of in the same situation you are. But don't be intimidated, and you're never too old to work out. I've been doing a lot of videos on this and podcasts. I've been mentioning it. I was just in a gym the other day. It was yesterday. Wait, 2 days ago. I take that back, in Chicago. I'm back in Florida, but I was, the guy was probably at least 90 years old. We had to hold the door because he had a cane, and he was coming in LA Fitness. We just had to keep waiting for him, very slow. But he walked around that gym, and he couldn't go up the stairs or anything. And then I think he went into the pool area. I was watching him, and I'm like, this is amazing. Hey, if I am that age, I want to believe in myself. I want to be that active. If he can do it, anyone can do it. You could tell he enjoys himself, and everybody was talking to him. So just don't be afraid. I know it's easy to say, but just don't think you're too out of shape or too weak or too not coordinated. I don't care, again, what your past is all about. All right? Just telling you. No one cares. Just go do what you got to do and try to stay healthy. All right, what else do I got? You can link to all my stuff on richcelenza.com. Also on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You got any subjects you want me to cover, hit me up. You can email me, rich@richcelenza.com. You have any questions, let me know. I'll try my best to help you. That's all I got for you. Take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.